Hi, I thought I'd drop back in for a quick visit. I've been away for a while. I'm working on my business, trying to get that worked up, and it's going rather well, at least work-wise. I'm solidly at it, but I haven't had time to do many vids. Problem is that I had an old internet service, a 3G service, and it's just too slow. It was taking me 2 or 3 hours to upload a video, so that was stuffing up my day altogether. So something had to give, and it was the channel, unfortunately. Yeah, but I thought, I often think about it. I think about you guys, and I think about the whole thing as a dialectic, as Captain Bob put it. And I think his description is bang on, actually. It was all throughout 2018. I did hundreds of videos, and it was kind of a way to. It was a self-discovery thing, but at the same time, it was bouncing off mgtow. Okay, so because I consider myself mgtow, and I still do. But it was interesting because it's different when you're sitting there as just a viewer. You have this perception of yourself and of the world you live in and that sort of thing. But when you actually put against other people, and when you get out and express your views, and then you get all the dissenters and what have you, it actually makes you question things, and I guess it either weakens you or strengthens you. I think in my case it's the latter. But it was, I think I was thinking about it the other day, and there were a couple of things that stuck out. I thought, just looking at all of 2018, what came out of it? One of the things was I really discovered that I can't stand white knighters. I just can't stand them at all. I just can't even be around them. I won't go into that in any great detail, but it's just, I think they're causing a lot of trouble, and probably most of the trouble. And I've had a run-in with a couple recently, and it's just leaves a bad taste in your mouth. But anyway, I'll talk about I'll sort of expand on that a little bit later. The other thing another thing that I've discovered is that I can't stand. I can't stand the whole idea of being accused of everything. I just can't stand being accused of anything, actually, anymore. That was just sort of, and it seems that everything I'm doing is to prevent myself from being falsely accused. I'm not talking about rape or violence, but everything, just everything. Oh, you're this, you're that, you're something else. And it's. I just can't stand it. I would much rather live as a hermit as I do, than put up with any of that. I just don't want to know about it at all. I don't accuse others of doing anything, and I'm sitting here being, yep, oh, you're this, you're that, just like, go away. So that's the other great sort of thing that's come out of this. There's another thing too that I discovered through doing the channel. There's the two ideas of mgtow. There's the individual guy doing his own thing, a man going his own way, and then there's a group of men, or men, going their own way. I suppose that's the difference. Man going their own way, men going their own way. One's a group, one's an individual. I support the individual. I think it's gotten to the point where that's not working. I don't want everyone says just go back to that. No. But then you've got this group that says no, you do it this way. So it's like you've got two groups of people each say, oh no, do it this way, do it this way. That's their way. That's not my way. I'm doing it my way. I'm trying to find things that work for me. And this is what I set the channel up to do originally, was to say, well, this is what I'm doing. Maybe it'll inspire others. Maybe, maybe you can go, oh yeah, that'll work, or that don't work. Oh, it did work. That's amazing, yeah. Or that didn't work, or that. That's what the whole thing was about. It wasn't about criticising women. I really don't care. I have nothing to do with Western women anymore, and I don't care. They can do whatever they want. They can falsely accuse people or whatever. There's nothing I can do to stop them. I just don't have anything to do with them. I don't have anything to do with them offline or online. In fact, I block them online nowadays. And I think that's been a great thing too. That's helped in a lot of ways. It's helped with my mental attitude. And I'm not forever being run down and put down and accused of this and you're that and you're that. I've had enough. No, I'm just free to live now. They've gone. So it's like they've just been pushed out of my life. So that was a big benefit of 2018. Quite a few benefits actually. It's clarified my thinking on a number of areas, and it's made me stronger and more resolute in those thoughts. Okay, so what's been happening? Well, I've been working, okay, but pretty much just flat hammer every day. All right, I won't go into what I'm doing, but it's a big task. I started it years ago, dropped it. I've dropped it, picked it up, dropped it, you know, and I'm finally finishing it. But it'll take until at least the end of this year. You know, 7 days a week, flat hammer. Yeah, so I've got that on my mind, but I've wandered back to the wild jungle and sexy cams, and that it's incidentally it has become a really good site for me. It was always sort of okay. It was a place to go to socialise, all right? And if those who have been following the channel, I set up the whole friendly club. I thought, yeah, get guys that are on their own, guys like you, and women like them that wanted to earn a few dollars, yeah, do that, yeah, and not sex, just to have drinks with them, meals, that sort of, that was the idea, but nobody supported it, so, or nobody thought it was a good idea, so I dropped it, which is, yeah, fair enough. I did my bit. But I'm sort of doing it myself. I'm thinking, well, I don't care if others don't want to do it. I'll do it. But you know, it's just interesting things coming out of it. I go in there every evening after work, like one would go to a bar or to a nightclub or something. You finish work, you're exhausted, you're stuffed, and you just sit there. And it's rather good. They're mostly Pinay, you know, Filipino women. And, well, all Pinay really. One Vietnamese and the rest are Pinay. But there's like, I don't know, often 5 or 6. Yeah, they're after a husband or money or whatever. But I'll get to that in a moment too. But yeah, it's good. I just sort of sit there and, you know, like, I don't drink or anything. I just sit there and just stare at the cams. Basically chat a bit. But it's sort of changed. It's just like a place to, it's like sitting in somebody's lounge room. You know, in a group lounge room type of thing, and yeah, I don't say a lot. We just sit there and I just get to a point where I get tired and just click off and go, and it's like that. And they're doing the same thing. They're unwinding at the end of their day, and it's you know, like last night, a couple of the girls were dancing. I was talking to another one about a profile. She's a cook. You know, she's got all the foods up there. It's just different people, you know, just different women. But I'm making it clear to them. They keep on about this. I'll sort of go into it more in a bit, but they're always on about this. Oh, you know, you like her. She's your girlfriend. Is she your girlfriend? You know? And I'm saying to them, no, I don't want a girlfriend. I don't want a one-on-one relationship. I don't want to have no relationship with women. I'm not that kind of mgtow. I'm just, you know, but I don't want to be stuck into a relationship or a group, because once you get in there, you're in groupthink, and it doesn't make any sense, right? It's just, you know, you do this, you do that, you do something else, and then you got all the white knighters there. You should be doing this. It's policed, and I tell them, no, I don't want that, and I just definitely don't want that. You know, I will find my own way. And this is a weird example of what's happening and how I'm finding my own way. And look, you'll listen to this and think this is exactly what I shouldn't be doing. And look, you're probably right. It's ridiculous what I'm doing. But the other way doesn't work. Being sensible doesn't work. And so I figured, well, maybe if women are ridiculous and they seem to be getting away with murder, maybe I should be ridiculous as well. And maybe something good will come out of it. I don't know. But I've spoke to this woman for a long time. And, you know, she was okay to talk to, just chat. And one day out of the blue, she said he got $50. And yeah, shoulder slumped. Like, yeah, we go. Yeah, all Pinay want money, and they do. And I said, she said, oh yeah, I need it for the doctor. I've got, you know, something. Okay. So I ended up sending her some Bitcoin. I said, there you go. And that's it. I shut down PAL for a month. I just thought, no, I just quietly just walked away from it. I thought, no, it's just, there's got to be another way. Now, I don't know what happened, but about a month later, I went back in, and it was just, it wasn't why I consciously decided to do anything. And look, I wasn't upset about giving this money, that, you know, the $50. I thought I'll just use that as a full stop. Yeah, bang, it's finished. Here it is. Oh, that's my payment. I'm out. Bang. I just don't want anything more to do with that. That's the way I looked at it. You know, I'm beyond getting angry or upset about anything anymore. But anyway, I went back in and I started talking to this woman again, and I could tell she was nervous. She sensed that, I didn't say anything to her, but she sensed that she'd taken this money and was offering nothing. Or something, I don't know, maybe. So she started writing to me each day, just little messages, and her English isn't good. And it's just like, you know, good morning, how are you? Have you had your breakfast? But every day, and sometimes through the day. I don't know how many people I asked to do that. I didn't ask her, I'm sure I didn't ask her to do it. And, you know, she'd ask you to see pics of, you know, where I live and, you know, my surrounds and my wild birds and all that sort of thing. So I sent them to her and we talked about it. I thought, this is what I asked a lot of people to do. This is my whole idea with the Friendly Club, was to have this sort of relationship for guys like me on my own, as company. I want to keep working. I don't want to go into a chat room because it's too distracting. Okay, but if I get an email occasionally, yeah, it's no problem. It doesn't stop me. I can keep working. So I appreciate it. But she's doing all of this on a phone, on a mobile phone. And I thought, I'm going to buy you a computer. No, fair enough. You're doing what I ask. Okay, I'm going to buy you a computer. Okay, now you'd think that's crazy. I couldn't blame you for thinking it's crazy. But by the same token, think of, you know, the other side of the coin. That means I don't have to go on a chat site. It means I probably double my workload for the day. And the computer will cost a brand newie. This is a surplus stock from Japan. A guy from the Philippines sells it. Yeah, $300, something like that. So I look at it and I think, I've got company, I'm getting what I want. It keeps me going. I don't have to go, you know, looking for it online and, you know, get caught up in fights and arguments. You know, days can get wasted that way. No, I thought, no, for production, this makes a lot of sense to me. And I got to thinking, they're all, and I say this, we've got a bit of this standoff at the moment. I'm saying you all want money. All Pinay ask for money. Why not treat yourselves as shopkeepers? Why, particularly if, you know, guys have had their children and that sort of thing, why look for a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, marriage that obviously hasn't worked for us? Otherwise we wouldn't be in here. And we don't expect we'll work again. Why don't you treat yourself as a shopkeeper? Now, they're scratching their head at that one because they can't sort of figure it out. So it's a slow process, but it works. It turns out the woman I'm doing it, she's got a small shop attached to her house, or at least to her daughter's house, and this is her way of making a little bit of money. Oh, and she might sell a little bit of this and a little bit of that. She's got a small stock of stuff. And I said to her yesterday, she didn't answer, but I said, you know, how much profit did you make in the last 2 months? Versus how much profit are you making out of me? I'm probably your best customer here. Okay. And it's just from typing, you know, well, in her case, on a phone. I said, there's your shop. I'm going to buy you a computer that'll make the job easier, that sort of thing. And you know, I don't think it's sort of dawned on her yet. And I'm talking to others at the same time, because they're all in this mindset that no, you do it this way. And I'm thinking, well, why do I want to do it the same way? It didn't work last time. What makes me think it's going to work this time? You know, isn't that the sign of insanity? You know, you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you know, expecting a different outcome. Don't they say that's the definition of insanity? That's the way I see it. So why would I do that? I'm not insane. And I look and I think, well, I've had my children. I don't want children. I don't know. So what can I do? Even if it's just for the next 12 months or so. So yeah, I'm this is what I'm down to. I've did several. And I talk to them all, and I just say, no, I actually like having several female friends and male friends. And I talk to all the guys in there as well. It's actually growing. It's rather good, but it's you know, look, when you think about it, you know, what I'm doing, yeah, if you thought about it, well, what would you do? How would you do? So I don't. I just do it. You know, and I could end up buying everybody a computer, but it's you know, oh, Jen's another one. She's good to talk to. I would like her to help her sell the product I'm developing, but you know, I'd also like to, you know, have a cup of coffee with her, you know, or a meal through the week, like you would with anybody. You know, I'd like to have a meal with the friend I'm buying the computer for. You know, once a week will do. Yeah, I buy the meal, send her a little bit of Bitcoin, and say, yeah, here's money. Let's have a meal together. Yeah, it's company. It's you know, I can't stand the idea of just sending money. You know, here's money. Oh, thank you. It's just, what's in it for me? Sorry, it's just, what's in it for me? I'm not asking for sex, but what's in it for me? I mean, you don't, you know, if in real, you go out for a cup of coffee or something, don't you, or for a meal? You know, someone will say, you know, and you end up taking them out for it. That's what you do. You know, you don't just go and sit in the park. You're obliged to go and buy them a cup of coffee, have a drink or something. And that's what I'm looking at, but only online. That's the difference, you know, and into an economy where they could use the money. But it's taking a long time for them to sort of get their head around it, because it's a different concept. And if you think about it one way, it makes no sense. It's only when you start doing it, you think, oh, this is not too bad. I was actually hoping that I could have bought her a mini computer. They're, you know, they're little tiny ones, you know, and put a big screen with it and a keyboard, but she didn't want that. She wanted a laptop. So yeah, they're still living back in the past a fair bit. But it's look, it's a development. There's no, you know, it's not like I haven't gone back to, you know, girlfriend boyfriend pairing off. Nah, I'm making it clear to everybody. Nah, don't want that. No, I'm not interested. I have relationships with all, you know, friendly. But yeah, and then on top of that, there's a hierarchy of who people I talk to. That sort of revolves around a little bit, but I think it's always been that way with me. But there's no government, there's no family law, there's nothing, you know, controlling it. I'm controlling it. And it's got nothing to do with anybody else. Most people most men, particularly white knighters, have absolutely no idea it's happening. But it's just my way of doing something. And it'll be interesting to see how it works out. I'll try and do more videos about it. I won't do them as frequently as I was doing, because quite simply the changes aren't going to be as quick and dramatic as, you know, to allow for everyday videos. But I might try and do it one every week or so, or two, and just that way you can just follow and just say, okay, this is what's happening. I can see what, you know, and I can explain in an honest way what, you know, this is what I'm getting out of it. As I said, it's not for young guys looking to have a family. No, it's not that option. It's for people or guys who are on their own, who maybe want some time out, or who want to continue being on their own but wouldn't mind a bit of female company. And I think without the white knight there, we don't need them, guaranteed. It's just, we don't need to be told what to do. It's just, and I think that's, you know, if like, this is what I'm doing it the way I do it. If they don't want it, well, I won't buy them anything. But they're not about to say no to that. So it's up to me. But I'm not, you know, I'm not forking out the money and doing just what they want. No, they do what I want. If they want the money, they do what I want. And they're saying they want the money. And I'm telling them I haven't got a problem with that. Oh yeah, but you know, don't you want to be with us? Well, no, I don't really want to be with a shopkeeper. You know, I go to several shops. That's the truth of the matter. I shop here, there, somewhere else, and yet all shopkeepers are, hi, good to see you. You know, that's not that they necessarily like me. They want my money, but this is what it's like with the Pinot. Yeah, they're like shopkeepers, so why not be shopkeepers? Look, it's not. It's something different. you know, the jury is definitely out on whether it'll work or not, whether it'll go anywhere. But I thought I'd share it with you. You know, I thought it was worthwhile. I don't want to leave you out in the cold. Anyway, it's been good talking to you, and I'll talk to you in a week or two.